we're at 28 years now.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, in retrospect, did you think you were going to get the type of fanfare that you got over the years?
Oh no. No, we thought. Well, we knew that luckily the internet wasn't what it is now, because back then the little internet that was there was pretty brutal about it at first.
Right.
Especially when it was announced and they hadn't seen the show yet. And then the first season, they were like, some people were like, oh, it's not so bad. But then the purists were still against it. And we didn't really feel fully loved until basically we got canceled. And then people were like, oh no, it's off, you know. So, but no, we were under duress the whole time we were doing it, where we were like, but we were really, we really believed in the show. We really loved the show because it was completely ours, meaning it didn't have anything to do with anything in the comics at the time.
Right.
The only continuity it was tied to was BTAS, which was, you know, Bruce and Alan and Paul's baby. So it was something that we created and added to the Batman mythos that no one else had. So it was really special to us. And so when it got canceled, and we were kind of devastated. We all kind of spread out and moved off away, and then. You know, slowly, I think when the first DVDs came out and we started getting a lot of response from that, we kind of knew what was going on with it, and that the fans had come around, that we had earned fans, and so it was good. But yeah, while we were doing it, was definitely keep your head down and just do your work.
There's rumors that there might be a Batman Beyond-esque movie in the future.
Mm-hmm.
If you could give those filmmakers any sort of tips, what would you tell them?
Hire me, Bruce, Alan, Paul.
Great, that's a great tip.
How about that?
You're probably responsible for my favorite show as a kid,
Tell me.
DuckTales.
Oh, woo.
And you've had a pretty prolific career, and I know you're retired.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that would bring you back?
Yeah, a really good project and the right price. It would take that. You know what? I'm enjoying retirement very much. I miss directing actors. I miss that one-on-one, that group experience of all of us together creating something artistically that we all feel proud of. So I've never said I'm retired forever. I'll never come back. It's really a matter of what the project is. Is it something that truly appeals to me? And is there enough money to take me out of retirement? Because I like traveling. I've been traveling the world. It's fantastic.
Would you do the challenge say like a reboot of a show that you've done before?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I heard Animaniacs was being remade, I was like, oh, my heart. I would love to have been a part of that. But DuckTales, when they remade DuckTales recently, and they didn't ask me to be a part of it, which is certainly their prerogative. And then I saw the show and I thought, no, they did a good job. They didn't need me. It's okay. If they'd done a bad job, I would have said, damn it, you should have hired me. But it's a pretty good show, so I'm hoping the same thing for Animaniacs. I hear something else is coming out there remaking. Is it Thundercats or something that we made? A couple other things. So I wish them all well. I really, truly do. Whenever any animated series does well, it bodes well for all the other shows that are in production, because as long as people are watching animation, companies will continue to make animation.
And casting Terry, was that a hard decision, picking Will, or?
No. Once Will came in and read, we knew he was the guy. We had a couple of actors that we could have used that were all fine, but we wanted more than fine. We wanted really good. Will's acting was awesome. And he understood what it was we were trying to do. He was a fan of comic books. He understood the world. He was slightly intimidated, which was kind of cool.
Nice.
You know, you want a humble actor like that. And he had some success already, but he still managed to. This character of Terry has to have some confidence as well as some insecurities, and Will was able to bring both those aspects out in this character.
All right, we're here with Kevin Conroy. Hi. Kevin, I have a question to ask you. When these Batman lists come out, and you're beating most of the live-action Batmans and people's favorite Batmans,
Isn't that amazing?
do you sit there with your coffee and go, huh,
I knew he could do it vocally.
I did it.
I sit there with my coffee and say, thank God, I am so lucky that the fans love me. No, I'm so lucky
Not be overtaken by Kevin's
to have
talent, by his voice,
stumbled
by his
into this
performance,
role
and these two
27
actors
years ago.
found
Because it was
this
just an
energy,
acting audition.
Like
Oh, wow.
It was a random acting audition, but it just happened. But you know, I was a stage actor, trained at Juilliard. I'd done classics. The one animated character I auditioned for is
I
Batman,
don't know if I agree with
and
you that
he
this
is
was a
a
darker
classic
series than
character.
Batman
He's a
the Animated
classic
Series.
hero.
But
He's not a
it
superhero.
had like those
He's a
comic episodes,
damaged,
like
troubled
Big
man.
Baby,
troubled
where
man
Nicholas
who
was,
overcomes adversity. He's
chores
Orestes,
to
he's
take
Achilles,
care of
he's Hamlet.
essentially
He's so many of
child
those roles that I
today,
had played on
and make
stage.
sure that it gets
So it was
everything it
weird
needs.
that that
And
was
that
the
was kind
one
of a
I would
silly
audition for.
episode.
That was just
And I
fate.
like the fact that these
So I
actors
had
were
all
able to
this
play the comedy as well as
preparation,
the
you know,
really intense
years of
drama
working
and the fight
on
stuff, which
stage
is
on these kind of
amazing part of the
roles.
show.
And that's what I did in the
So-
audition.
So when you were approached for Batman Beyond to play this interesting take of Batman, Bruce Wayne, did you hesitate at all? What was running through your mind when there was, we're going to do this, but the main character is going to be a younger version of you?
Yes, that would
I
happen
look,
often. And
any
what
actor who
happens then is
says
you
they
can actually
hesitate
do
when
little
a job is offered to them is probably lying, because everyone wants to work.
And then I had to also
So
make
I
sure
was
that
just
the
very
producers
happy
were
that they
getting
wanted
what
me
he wanted.
involved.
So at the end of the
Uh,
session, there could be 3 or 4 really good takes, any of which
I
used.
thought it would be
And then it's up to
challenging
the producer to decide
to
which
play
one
an
to take.
80-year-old
Like, there's
character.
always that thing where you go,
It was
I
going to
like
be
it.
interesting
Now,
because the
people
first
in that
episode,
direction,
you know,
what
he's
they did
weak.
that I really
Right.
liked,
He
even if
realizes
it's
he
not what the
can't
producer
do
was thinking,
what he wants to
never
do.
was
He
one
still
of
has the
producers, Bruce
passion,
Chairman, whoever I was working
but
with
his
at the time
body
would
won't
say,
let him do it
it
anymore.
wasn't what I had in mind.
So that
but I
gave me a
liked it.
whole
Let's
new
go with
color
it.
to
So
play
ideally,
in
we worked
Batman.
together.
Because the
in
Batman I had
decision.
played
And final question.
all through the other shows
Did you have any sort of like
never questioned his
personal
power.
like icebreaker
Once he
tips
established
that
his
you take
strength.
to easing
Suddenly
the
he's
actors into
faced with
session, or
weakness.
did everyone sort of pick up to it straight away?
I would
Dirty tricks of the
always,
That
trade?
was really
yes,
interesting
I would
for me.
always tell the actors
So
that
no, I
would
loved
never
it.
let
Then
their
when I met
voices
Will
go
Friedle,
out sounding
you
bad.
know, Andrea
If
Romano
there
is
was
sort of
a
a secret
problem,
weapon.
if
Right,
the
yeah.
performance
Brothers,
wasn't
We
because
right,
figured
if
that.
the
she
voice wasn't
casts
right,
so
I would joke
Right.
and say,
and she brings
stay
in
after school,
actors.
and we'll work on it
You
a
know
little
what the
bit more.
trick
And
is
so
for
that
her?
by
She
the
brings
end
in
of the
actors
session,
who
the
want to
actor walks
play,
out happy
you
with
know,
what
who
they've done. I don't want
leave
them
their
to ever
ego
walk
at the
out and
door.
leave their car going,
And there's a lot of
"That was not
generosity
a
in
good
it.
job." I want them to feel
So
like they gave
I
the
love
best
the
they
show.
could, and I was willing
Last
to spend
question.
the extra
So
time with
yes,
them
you
to
are
make
going to
sure
be.
they did.
We're going to get something with the live with CW with you with your live action. Maybe we can see you in one of the DC Universe movies one of these days.
You talk to Warner Brothers about that. You get that job for me.
Okay, so
Oh,
we're
you
here.
got Spider-Man.
I
All
know,
right.
So I know we're here talking about Batman Beyond. I am wearing Spider-Man though. I apologize.
Yeah, what the heck?
I know.
Peter.
You've been part of so many iconic productions between live action and animation. Where does Batman Beyond lay in your heart?
Oh, of course it's going to lay in a very special place in my heart because it's such an epic show and just the fact that I was able to play such an incredible hero's girlfriend and then I ended up being his wife, you know, that doesn't come along very often. So, I mean, it would have been great to be in the live action but hey, the animated is pretty great too.
I mean, we're here 20 years later, and people, you know, it's become more than just a fan favorite. Sometimes when you see that, do you pat yourself a little bit on your shoulder that you were part of such a iconic part of animation history?
Well, I feel very grateful and so lucky to have been a part of. You know, it's so interesting because it seems like the 20 years is such a big landmark, and it's been happening with so many of the things that I've done lately, and so it's kind of like a flash of my whole life, like everything that's meant a lot to me, you know, coming back into just like say, you know, like the Joy Luck Club, 25 years, Friends, also 25 years, yeah. Oh, no, was it 20 years? Sorry,
Still,
I
it's
think 20
still.
years. Yeah, it's a long time, and it almost feels like a different lifetime ago. But to add to that, to like this the animation world has been such a huge part of my life, and I felt so grateful to have this work all those years during the writer's strike and the recession and all of that, and just having these really down-to-earth people. I just feel nothing but like gratitude.
So one question about something that's just premiered a couple days ago, Goliath season 3.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Huge Goliath fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wait, did you watch the new ones
I
yet?
have not. I've been waiting
Okay.
since I've been here. I'm gonna wait. So that's what I was gonna ask you. What should I expect, or us? for
Oh,
Goliath
okay.
season
It's not as dark as last season.
Super dark.
That was so hard to watch. I'm sorry.
Took
about
me a while. It
all
took me-
those amputations. Sorry. It wasn't my idea. But so this season will get more back into a little bit more of a procedural, a courtroom procedural that it was, but not quite so it's sort of like a mixture, I would say, in between. But I'm so excited that they brought me back.
Yes, you were a great part of that.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh gosh, that's so great that you know that show.
Yeah, it's my favorite show.
Really? All right. Well, I haven't seen any of them yet, but they all dropped on Friday.
Oh yeah, check them out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check them out too.
Yeah, you too. And then we'll check back with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So Alan, 20 years ago, Batman Beyond was born. And you've been part of some iconic productions. When this came about, did you look at it as a challenge, or I mean, we were at the end of 1999. I mean, there was going to be some pushback. I mean, you were taking that kind of character and building like a whole mythos around it.
Yeah, it was a challenge. The network wanted to do a young Batman. They wanted a teenage Batman. And for a little while, we thought about
that was actually something that we came up with.
a young Bruce Wayne, but there was no costume, there was nothing. And so we went in the future, and by making our Batman, Bruce Wayne, an 80-year-old curmudgeon, that was a great foundation to start the series with. And having a kid who's rebellious, who doesn't take orders easily,
The way that came about, I heard
dealing with his old part. It was
Right.
a good combo, and we had a good time. And we were always aware that we had a legacy to live up to. And we were never quite sure how much it would be accepted. But it was
that was the storyline.
I'm hoping that
Maybe it's just because
I'm hoping there's another series, and I'd like to see what somebody would do with this.
Oh wow.
I really
Okay.
would, but we'll see.
Kevin Conroy was he obviously the choice the whole time for
Yes,
this?
absolutely.
And you knew he was going to be fine with just playing this older Batman. Yeah.
He's
Eating a donut.
he's a New York Stage trainer. He can do anything.
I know they're
on time. Where does this fall in you feel in your legacy over the last years? Because now you're retired, correct?
Yes.
So where do you feel Batman Beyond lies in your legacy for the past X amount of years?
I think it was
Return of the Joker was great.
a good end to the whole Batman saga that I started.
Like, hang on.
With everybody,
Give me a second to think about it. Yeah.
A one-man show. It started in 1991. It was just a nice way to put a finish to Batman. Even though I did other things with Batman, but it felt good.
Okay.
So
You got a system.
What is the best thing about retirement?
You're
the
separate.
best thing about retirement
You
is
guys
to
go
wake
together.
up
Okay, great. Okay.
and have to think, what day is it? Also, my grandkids. So I'm busy.
First question.
Good.
So, anyways, well, thank you very
No,
much.
thank you. Good seeing you again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's once
All right. So we're here, Batman Beyond 20th anniversary. I have to say, I think you were instrumental in a 10-year chunk of my life.
Really?
Between Boy Meets World and Batman Beyond.
Okay.
Incredible. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
When you were approached to play Terry, this was an interesting role. It was a risk, Batman Beyond. Was it an instant jump for you? I know most actors will go for the role, but I mean, at the same time, it was a part to be part of the Batman myth.
That's all I would have played one line. I would have gone and just gotten Andrea her coffee. I would do whatever. I was such a Batman the Animated Series fan that working with the whole same crew and now playing young Batman, I couldn't have jumped faster.
Now, Kevin's been approached for CW for Crisis.
Yeah.
Would you jump at the chance at some live action?
Yeah, I don't. Yes, but again, Terry would have to be older.
Right.
I think the first time you see Terry McGinnis on a live action version, I think you should see him at 17. Right. Because he's 17, and that's important. That was an important characteristic of Terry McGinnis. So as much fun as going on Crisis would have been, and kind of been being over Kevin's shoulder, if we're going to see Terry, I want to see him 17.
They bring back Batman Beyond. Mm-hmm. Take that call?
Oh, hell yeah. Now animated series wise, I'll do that all day. Live action, you gotta get a kid.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.